All right, today I'd like to talk to you about making great espresso coffee at home. With a few little simple tips and tricks, we can really give you a hand to improve the quality of coffee that you're making while we're all stuck and bunkering down in our houses. Now, let's go through the equipment you'll need first. Obviously, some form of coffee machine. We'll get to that in a second. A grinder is essential if you want to make great coffee at home. Third, some form of tamp for pressing down a coffee shot. A very handy addition is a set of scales, can be your kitchen scales. More on that later as well when we get to techniques. And some form of timing device, can be a timer on your phone, of course. I also like to have a couple of different cloths, one to wipe down my steam arm, one to tidy up my group handle once we've started making coffee. So let's talk machinery again. Let's look at the espresso machine. Now, this is a beautiful Italian-made coffee machine. It's 15 years old, beautiful, beautiful thing. But you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on a coffee machine to make great coffee at home. There's a very good alternative in the Breville range, which is called the Breville Barista Express. And that retails for around about $700, $800 and goes on special from time to time. It's got a huge fan base amongst home users. It's got a grinder integrated in it as well, and very simple to use. So you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on coffee machinery. That's a great little unit just to make a few espressos in the morning. Second, the unsung hero of any coffee making operation, any espresso operation, is the grinder. The grinder allows you to adjust how fine or how coarse your grind particle size is, and that's effectively the accelerator or the brake on your coffee shot. So what we're aiming for with our coffee shot is about 30 seconds as a shot time, 25 to 30, doesn't have to be exact, but we have this ratio that we use. Again, a special effect as we glide that across the screen is what we want to do for this particular type of machine is a 20 gram shot of coffee with about 45 mils of coffee out. That's a double shot, so the combined double shot is about 45 mils. And we want that to take about 25 and 30 seconds. So we're going to weigh our 20 grams in, and we're going to aim for about 45 mils out, and then we want that to happen in around about 25 to 30 seconds, and that will equal espresso goodness. There we go, some beautiful espresso goodness. Okay, so let's give that a try. So first up, we take our group handle out. All important to wipe out any old grounds. We don't want old coffee and new coffee mixing. We're going to pop it on our scales, zero those out, and then we're going to add 20 grams. Now, the beauty of having even this simple home grinder is that it's grinding fresh as we go. So we want to use whole bean coffee and grind it fresh. And that's what that grinder gives us. It's also adjustable, so we can go coarser if we want to speed our coffee shot up, or finer if we want to slow our coffee shot down. The finer it is, the harder it is for the water to get through. The coarser it is, the easier it is, and the faster the water will go through. That's a very important concept to get your head around. Bit of experimentation involved on getting that exactly right. Then what we want to do is weigh out about 20 grams of coffee. Now, the reason we want to weigh it is that the amount of coffee we put in, if it's a little under 20 grams, that will speed the shot through. If it's a little over 20 grams, that will slow the shot down. So what we want to do is take that whole variable out and just weigh the same amount of coffee in every time, because that way when we come to adjust our grind to change our shot time, we're not dealing with two variables, we're just dealing with the one. So a set of scales just makes that whole process so much simpler. Right, we've got our 20 grams in. Let's give it a nice firm push. Look, some people get really hung up on tamp pressure. Look, as long as it's firm, I think it's fine. The main thing is to get your coffee bed even. What we don't want is for it to be down on one side and up on the other, because the water under pressure will go through the easiest path, which will be the low side, over extract one side of our biscuit and leave the other side under extracted. So a nice even tamp. Have a little look in your group handle, make sure you've got that nice and level. Once that's in, we lock it in, start our stopwatch. We've got our 20 grams in, so now we're looking for a little bit of a delay. And there we go, we're reaching full pressure now. And we've got a nice little espresso shot running there. So we're eyeballing this at the moment, but we're running at about 20 seconds now, 18, 19, 20. Colour's looking good. And as soon as this starts to blonde, so as soon as that shot goes a little lighter, great. And it's just on the 30 seconds. So that's given us a nice, lovely coffee shot there. Then all we have to do is steam up a bit of milk, add that gently into our coffee, and we've got ourselves a great espresso at home. Cheers.